Hey guys, welcome back, and I'm getting a little bit wheezy. It's because I'm on this stupid holder that's got me like, it's one of them wire cable thing. I don't know. It's stupid. I'm having me some blueberry coffee this morning. It's 11:33 in the afternoon now, so I won't eat lunch till probably about 1:30. If I eat lunch, I don't know yet. But anyway, sorry, my dog, she's being silly. So anyway, I was in my last video, I brought up crocheting and yarn stuff, and I'm going through all my yarn. Well, as I was going through all my yarn, I noticed a few things, and I've come to the conclusion that, like I said, hello there, little bird. Anyway, I am no longer going to be going crazy in my way I think, going hog wild, crazy, overzealous, whatever word you want to use. I'm not going to go there with the clearance yarns. I don't know what I keep getting on my glasses. Anyway, so from now on, when Hobby Lobby or Joann's or Michael's or any other place for that matter has clearance yarn, it's not a yarn I don't use, or if it's not a yarn I'm going to be using, and it's not something I use frequently, I'm not buying it. I don't care. I'm not getting myself sucked into that again, because let me tell you something. I live in a place where I can easily get yarn. And if I can't get it from the store I'm at, I can easily order it, okay? So I come from a world where I don't need to worry about that so much, especially right at this moment in time. Now, my lifestyle may change, and I might move somewhere where I can't get the things frequently, and let's hope I don't, okay? So I may need a yarn scape behind me that's bigger than my life, but right now, I don't, because right now, I had totes and totes and totes, and I'm not talking about small totes. I'm talking about totes as wide as my glider over here, as wide as my glider, and tall, and it hold hundreds of gallons, okay? Hundreds of gallon totes. Full, like stacked full, where I had to push it down and latch it. 4 latches. These had 4 latches on them. Full of yarn. Oh, on one whole side of my basement, just from floor to ceiling. And I had it on 2 sides so that you walk a pathway down so I can look through them. And they're all clear so I can see what all's in my totes. And I just got to the point where it's like I'd buy, oh, this one's on sale, that's on sale. And I would just keep shoving them in there. And I kept getting more and more and more. And it's like, I did not realize how much yarn I actually had. And it's like, now I don't need all that damn yarn. I mean, it's ridiculous. I understand some people's on YouTube. I understand some people having them because they have a hard time getting to stores, and it's so far to drive or whatever, so they stock up, so they have them and they have it in their thing. Like Krista from the Secret Yarnery, I understand why she has what she has. It makes complete sense. I'm just using her for an example. There's other people that have that same situation. Well, maybe not quite like that, but I mean, they can't just get to a store easily. They live too far away. I have a spider making it, trying to make a web. It's hilarious. But anyway, and I don't begrudge anybody. If you wanna buy all the yarn that they sell, and you wanna just hoard it all to yourself and just take it all in and not have a care in the world of what you buy and why you bought it and for what reason, you just want it. You can do that if you want to. That's all on you, What is on my ankle? Is that poison ivy? Anyway, it doesn't matter. So anyway, but I'm not doing it anymore. For myself, I'm not doing it anymore. I got sucked into that where it's like, oh, I have to have this big yarnscape and look at my stash, you know, that whole thing years ago, before COVID came around, before the pandemic. Don't get me started. Anyway, before all that, you know, back before 2019, back in 2016, 17, you know, way back then, when people were like, oh, my yarn stash, and I got all this, and da-da-da-da, and be like Bagaday and Krista and all them, you know, with the big giant amounts of yarn. I got sucked into that too. And I did all that. And now, today, I am regretting it. I don't have a lot of regrets in my life, and I try not to regret anything that goes on, but I regret buying all this yarn. I wholeheartedly in my soul regret it, because this shit that's going on in my house is unreal. My husband's coming out. So anyway, it's like there's just way too much. And right now I'm going through and I'm getting all like my Lion brand together, and the ones that are like cakes. Hang on one second. Yeah. So he was just worried. He didn't want to be in the video. He's fine. I told him, I said, the only thing you see is the reflection of his head in the window. He's waving at you. You can see it. But anyway, so I'm going through and I'm sorting all my Lion brand together, all my Red Heart together, all my whatever ones I have. And I'm putting them all together in brands. And then I'm sorting them from that. Cakes go with cake, like all the mandala go together, all the whatever. Just whatever kind it is. They are separated and they're vacuum sealed in their own sections. And then I went through and I found all the... What?
You got fire out here? Because I don't.
What'd you do? Forget your lighter? You sure it ain't in your pocket? Oh, I thought it looked like it was in your pocket. What's in your pocket? It looks like...
Paper towel.
Oh, okay. Paper towels. My grandson said that. Paper towel. Anyway, I don't think I have a lighter out here. No, sir? No. You want me to rub some sticks together? I don't even have sticks. I can rub straw from the bra,
From your bra?
From my bra.
You stuff your bra with straw.
No.
What do I need to
From
know
my
that
broom. I have a straw broom over here. I can rub the straw together. Get him an ember
going.
going.
I need to know that I haven't figured out after 25 years.
Anyway, back to this craziness. Anyway, so I'm sorting all the stuff out, and in doing so, I'm like, what do I have this yarn for? Like, I don't even like this yarn. I've never used the yarn. I haven't touched the yarn. It's been in my stash since I got it. So it's gone to a garbage bag, and it's not going in the trash. I have somebody here in town that I'm going to donate it to, and then whatever she doesn't want, she can donate it. It's just going to get rolled down. She does a lot of work. She does a lot of crafts and stuff at a nursing home and everything. So maybe she can use some of the yarn for that, or crochet some stuff to go with, you know, whatever. So I'm donating that to her to pass that goodness forward to somebody else. Anyway, when I first roll back time here, when I first started crocheting, when I first started working with yarn, I tried knitting, and I don't sit still long enough to knit. I'm up and down so much that I needed a project that I can just set it down. So then I started looming. And that was great if I wanted to make scarves, hats. I mean, I know there's people that do amigurumi and stuff with that. I'm not a fan of that amigurumi, that type of amigurumi. So I didn't get into that part. But I did socks and hats and scarves and things like that. No, nothing exciting. So anyway, so then I was like, I switched over to crochet. Well, when I started doing the crochet, because when I was doing the looming and stuff, I bought exactly what I needed for what I was making. Then I switched to crochet, and I was like, well, I don't have enough yarn, and it's like, I don't know what to do. And all these people's like, I got yarn. So I went on Marketplace, or not Marketplace, but the yard sale sites on, before Marketplace was a thing. I went on and I was finding people that were selling their yarn through town things, and or giving it away or whatever, or word of mouth, and I would take it off their hands, and I would get boxes and boxes and bags of all this yarn, and 99% of the time it was all vintage yarn. So I was like basically stuck with shit yarn.
Great grandma's yarn from
Yeah,
1921.
it's nasty stuff, like old school. So I was trying to do stuff like that, and it just was rotten. It was it wasn't rotten yarn, it was fine, but it was like rough and hard, and it never got soft, and it was just terrible. It was like I was crocheting with acrylic wire. It was weird. So anyway, and then then the whole buying up all the clearance yarn thing happened on the YouTube stuff. And I was like, oh, I want it. So I started, and then that's what got me going on my channel a lot. And so then I got sucked into that insanity. And and like I said,
for your birthday, I bought you $300 worth of yarn.
Never gonna happen. And yeah, for my birthday, my husband bought me over $300 worth of yarn.
We pissed off everybody in Joann's.
And that's another thing. That's another thing that I found in doing the purchasing of all the clearance yarn is, you go in there and you're like, I want this. I just want it because it's on clearance. I want it because it's on clearance. At least, I will say this, at least I had enough wits about myself that I bought 6 to 8 skeins. If it didn't have 6 or 8 skeins, I just didn't buy it. So I would make sure I got 6 to 8 skeins of whatever color it was in that color. And if they didn't have it all, then I just didn't buy it. Like, I wouldn't buy just 1 or 2. It had to be at least 6. So I bought that. But there was times when it's like, I bought everything that was in the bin, all the color, and I didn't need it. I wasn't using it for anything.
You still got it.
And I still have it to this day. But anyway, they but my point is this, is like, there were other people there shopping. And like, I'm going to use black yarn, for instance, because black and white are 2 of the most common used for things. You go into a place that's having a clearance sale and you buy every piece of white they have with no regards to anybody else in the entire world that may need a skein of white yarn. It's like, I can't do that. I can't do it anymore. I don't feel good about myself doing that, because it's like, that's to me, that's horrible, because I have been in the position where I've needed something to finish an item, and I go in there and I'm like, oh, they have them. Oh, and they're on sale. Cool. I'm going to go, I can get one for cheaper. So I go in there and literally walk in, and there's somebody in front of me just pulling every bit of it out. And I'm like, can I get a skein? And she's like, no, I'm buying these. How about F you? That's how I feel about it, because like, I'm literally asking for 1 skein. Please, can I have that? And I know there's probably people in there that are like, I would let you have this skein. Bless you for that. I'm grateful for that. But there's too many people out there that aren't that way. They don't care what anybody else wants. That's what they want.
It's because they're going to
they want it.
And put it on Amazon.
And there are people. There's people out there that buy up that stuff, and then they go to Amazon or Walmart, and they have their own account, and they sell their own stuff, and they double the price, and they stick it out there, or they're on eBay or whatever, and then they just outlandish pricing, especially if it's the end of the season and they're doing away with that color scheme. They'll buy up everything they could possibly get of that and then sell it for 2 and 3 and 4 times the price. Okay, I ain't about that either. Trust me, it's all in my house right now. I ain't about that. And I'm not about to resell my stuff or none of that shit like that. I'm not into that either. So as my crochet, back to my situation, as I learned to crochet, and as I learned how to crochet, and I learned new things, and I progressed in my knowledge of crochet, and I got better and better to where I'm at. I'm not saying I'm a pro by any means whatsoever, but as I learned and as I progressed and I got better at what I was doing, I found that I don't like certain yarns anymore. Like, I'm not a fan of Red Heart, regular Red Heart, not Red Heart with love or anything like that. I'm talking about actual Red Heart yarn. not a fan. Is it a good yarn? It's a great yarn. It works perfectly fine. If you're learning how to crochet and you want to make blankets and stuff like that, I strongly suggest that you start at the bottom and work your way up, because if you go in and you buy I Love This yarn from Hobby Lobby, you're paying a little bit more for it, and it's a higher quality yarn, and you get it home and you're trying to learn and you just make a big knot, well, you've just thrown away your money. Go back to Red Heart, get it at a cheaper price. In fact, Walmart has Mainstay yarn. In fact, the Mainstay most of the time feels better than the Red Heart, and it's way cheaper. So my suggestion is, if you go in and you're learning to crochet, go get Mainstay yarn. There's not a whole lot of colors to choose from like Red Heart, but at least you can get started. And they do have some nice stuff, and they're getting more nicer things in, like metallics and things like that. So they are getting there. I do believe they have now cottons, so you can make and their cottons are really nice. So you can either make dish rags out of them, or you can sit there and buy a whole bunch of little skeins and make you a cardigan or something if you'd like. But anyway, as my knowledge and abilities have gotten better, I want better quality stuff. So I've come to the conclusion of I'm never buying a bunch of yarn again unless it's something I really like. Oh, I love these colors. I love this. Like, I do have some plush yarn in there. I think it's called plush or fleece. Fleece?
I don't remember.
I can't remember. Anyway.
There's too many yarns.
So anyway, I have some colors in there that are and they all match out, and they were on clearance at Joann's. So I went through and I bought all the coordinating colors, made it, and I'm going to make this really nice blanket with it. And whatever reason, I think that, I'm all about the blanket. I was thinking about making me a nice thick cardigan with it, but it's a little bit much. It'd be too much. So I'm going to go with a blanket. But it's really pretty, and I like the feeling of it. I think it's going to be a really nice blanket for my bed.
That'd be nice socks.
It's too thick for socks.
No, you socks with no shoes.
Oh.
Socky feet. Look at this thing.
Randy found me a really good crocheting sock video that I saved. And he don't even know shit about crochet, but he found me a sock one that he liked. He said, if I could follow along with it, I'm sure you could. He's right.
I speed watched it. I'm like, I don't crochet, but this is really simple.
So anyway,
No.
He's not going to start crocheting. But I know that it's like, he doesn't do well with knotted things like wires and cords and string, so he would never be okay. Huh? Oh, he breaks out the knife. It's easier to cut it. If he was to make something in crochet, it would have knots, connection knots everywhere. Because he would be knotting everything up. Anyway, so now I'm at the point now, it's like, if I want to make something, either if it's amigurumi or wearable or whatever, I'm right now at the point where I love this yarn from Hobby Lobby is the yarn I'm buying for acrylics. Now, there are others out there that are probably better, but that's just what I'm liking right now, and that's where I'm at. So no more of that. And if I want to make something, and I'm like on I have my Mary Maxim magazine or my Hirschner's or whatever, and I'm flipping through and I see a kit, I'm buying the kit. It's got all the yarn I need. It tells me what hook to use, the patterns involved. It's all there. And then I have the pattern, see? And then I could be like, ooh, I really like that blanket, but I wish I could have done it in these colors. Then I can go to Hobby Lobby and get the acrylic yarn that I use to make, and pick out the colors I want, because Hobby Lobby's got so many colors in their acrylic, and it's crazy the amounts they have. So I'm not doing the hoarding anymore. In fact, I'm irritated with what I got going on in there. Like I said, I'm vacuum sealing them, and I'm putting them in totes, and I'm getting them all. I got all my whips that I've got going on. Each one's in their own bag, vacuum sealed, so I can just flip through. Yeah, I have a lot. Flip through the files of vacuum sealed stuff and be like, this looks like something I can finish, and then finish it. So in between project, I'm gonna have to finish some stuff because I've got so many. It's unreal. And right now in the morning I'm working on my unicorn, and later on in the day When it starts getting really hot out, I'm going back inside the air conditioner. I'm going to break out some totes. I'm going to start stuffing up bags, and I'm going to start vacuum sealing some more bags, because I have probably 10 plus totes left to go through to vacuum seal. I have everything sorted in their things, and Randy has helped me with that. Without him, but anyway, we've got all that sorted out. Now I have the most ungodly amount of opened skeins of yarn that are going to be my scrap yarns, and I'm trying to debate whether I want to cake them all up, like cook them together and just keep until it's a cake and then set it aside, because I'm going to use them for scrap cans. I'm not using them for anything else. And I know a lot of people will be like, well, if you have white or you have black or you have this or you have that, my white and my black I'll keep separate because I can add that to whatever. But all the other stuff, it's going in there. It's going in there, and I don't care. I don't care if I have almost a full skein or not. It's scrap. It's been used. I've used some of it. I'm not adding it to nothing. I'm not trying to figure out where it came from. I'm not doing any of that stuff, because like I said, I'm going to buy the yarn I need when I need it for what I need, and that is it, because I can't do it anymore. I can't
smoke on my wallet.
I can't do it anymore. So when I'm working on a project, if I don't have the yarn to do it, I'll buy what yarn I need, or buy what I need to add to what I already have, and I will make my project, and I'm not replacing it. I'm not going out and go, oh, I used up this, I'm going to go buy more, unless it's black and white. Black and white are the only two that I'll make sure that I do have, you know, like 8 skeins of black and 8 skeins of white at all times. That way, if I need it for anything, connecting, border, whatever, I've got it. But it's starting to get hot out here.
Yeah,
and I don't want to sit out here anymore. It's 90 degrees. I'm done. I'm baked like a tater. I can't do it no more. So I'm going to get off here, you guys. And I'm going to go inside and put up this unicorn stuff. And then I'm going to start totes. I'm going to put on a movie or something and start vacuum sealing. And so the dogs are going to be sad because they'll be blocked out of the living room. Because, yes, last night we were doing bags. And Ding Dong Sassy over there, she got frustrated with what Pika was doing. And there was a corner of one of my vacuum bags sitting there, and it had stuff vacuum sealed, and she started chewing on it, and she poked a hole in it. So I had to pull everything out of that, throw that bag away, and get a new bag out. Now, I probably could have got some tape or something and put over the hole, but I ain't in the mood to dick with that either. I ain't playing games, no more shit. I'm not doing it. I got no space in my house, and I don't want to keep adding to the space. So I'm trying to break it down. So, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to run into some more yarn that I don't want to have. I mean, I've already found a big garbage bag full plus. So, anyway, I'm out of here, guys. So you take care, God bless, and be kind to one another. And thank you to all my new subscribers. Again, just ring that notification bell, or subscribe and ring the notification bell, and then you'll be on in like Flynn. And don't forget to leave me comments, because I like to read those too. And I do comment on my comments. I'm not beyond
Flynn,
there.
not on.
Oh, it's in like Flynn. Be on like, did I say on like Flynn?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's hot, guys. It's 90 degrees. I'm getting red in the face. Anyway, I need to get some water.
You'll start hearing your fat sizzle there in a minute.
I'll start smelling like bacon. I'm losing weight, but still got rolls in places. You'll smell my bread bacon. Ew. No, that was wrong. Okay, I'm out of here, guys.
Delete that.
See, bye.